I think the biggest challenge across the board is probably trust issues. People want to be hush hush about who's having premarital sex, but this is really the most important question that you've asked me.
Like, what are some red flags in dating that might be super harmful for someone who's healing from trauma?
I have 4 different answers to that question. Number 1, as a red flag, would be somebody, if you're a victim of abuse, whatever type of abuse, someone who acts like your abuser. So if you're dating somebody and you start to see signs that they do things that remind you of your abuser, or you're often left feeling the way that your abuser made you feel. So that is your trauma that you've been through, putting you back in a situation that's familiar, even though it's not healthy. You're choosing a person that reminds you of the person that abused you.
Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. I know that is bringing you great value. If you could please subscribe to my channel, man, that would be awesome, because I would love for this video to help more and more people and serve them in whatever way that they need it. And also, if you could hit the bell deal so that you can get notifications whenever I go live. I try to go live once a week, or when a new video is posted.
Number 2 would be if the relationship that you're in makes you act like your abuser. So it's really common, unfortunately, for victims of abuse to become abusers. And I think there's definitely room for healing in that, and that's definitely not always the case, but it is common. So if you find yourself in a situation where you start acting the way that your abuser acted towards you, that's a huge red flag that, number 1, get out, and number 2, you probably need to seek help as well. Number 3 would be someone who doesn't give grace to you when you're battling your own triggers, when you're trying to heal from your trauma. Because the thing about dating is it's not a linear course. There's going to be lots of ups and downs. And when you're getting to know someone, when you're creating intimacy and you're dating and getting closer to this person, it's not going to be perfect. And if you're someone who's experienced trauma, there's going to be obstacles where you're like, oh, wow, I didn't know that triggered me. Or they may do something that triggers you and they don't know. So you react to it and then you later have to explain yourself. So someone who doesn't give grace to that, so like someone who might just ghost you in that instance, which has happened to me, someone who just pulls away or gets mad at you or tells you you're crazy or they don't understand or you're overreacting. I mean, like, there's so much toxic behavior that can come out of that. That's another sign to leave, in my opinion, because that person is not equipped to handle what you're bringing into the relationship. Yeah, everyone's going to bring baggage into a relationship, and they don't have the capability to handle your baggage, or maybe they don't want to. Then the last one would be an unhealthy attachment style. So if you're not familiar with what attachment styles are, it's something to look into, because, for example, I'm someone who I definitely have an anxious attachment style, and that can be really, really harmful and detrimental to me if I'm with someone who has an avoidant attachment style. So what that means is the anxious person wants to cling and run and do anything to keep you. I'll do anything to keep you around. And the avoidant person, in the face of conflict, does the opposite. They run.
Wow.
And they will avoid confrontation. They'll avoid intimacy at all costs. And so you've got one person chasing and one person running. And it's extremely harmful to the person chasing.
That is so good. And you said you're not the pro. I mean, that was fire right there.
I'm not the pro.
So
I'm just speaking from my truth, my experiences.
Thank you so much for watching. And if you liked that video and you're curious, Michael, how can I work with you as a life coach? You can go into the description and click the link, or you can watch this video right here on what a life coach is.